so many big books. I couldn't even hold them all up in my thumbnail. Like I couldn't fit them in the thumbnail. So my thumbnail is not even everything that I'm about to talk about. It's fine. Everything is fine. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about my December TBR, and it's going to be overly ambitious. We'll see. I have high hopes though, because December, okay, number one, our state is kind of a mess right now. Our COVID numbers keep going up, even though from what I'm witnessing, citizens are taking precautions, but numbers keep going up. So as of right now, we're on a 2-week pause, and encouraged to stay home as much as possible, which we have been doing anyway. But there is that happening right now. There is kind of a possibility of us going into a full state lockdown if our numbers do not improve over these next 2 weeks. So I guess we'll see if that ends up happening or not. We're kind of preparing for that. And my class is done as well. So I'm completely done with my degree. I just turned in my final paper and presentation and I'm finished. It's weird. It's really weird. I'm not going to have any schoolwork to do from here on out. So that's going to free up some of my time, which is awesome. And we're just planning, we're not traveling anywhere, obviously. And we're just going to enjoy the season and see what happens. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot of reading time. So that's why my TBR is going to be way big. And we're just going to see what I can get to. So I have some definites, like definitely plan on reading these books. I'm going to have some possibilities, like I might pick these up. We'll see how things go. And I have a little TBR jar thing I'm going to do, not my regular TBR jar. It's a new thing, but it's going to be a thing from here on out. Okay, so let's start with my definites. I have 2 5-star predictions that I still need to read. So those are definitely going to happen. First one is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, book number 2 in the Arc of the Scythe trilogy. This is a 5-star prediction for me, so I need to read this. And then I also have Kingsbane by Claire Legrand, which is book number 2 in the Imperium trilogy. So 2 sequels, both big chunky fantasies. But both of these, with the first books that I read, they were chunky as well, and I flew through them. So I'm hoping I'll fly through these as well, but these are going to be coming up like ASAP because I need to read them before January for our follow-up. I am also not going to read this entire book. I'm planning to read maybe half of it for the month of December, but that is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I've had this book for years and I'm finally picking it up because this is the December and January pick for the Random Reads Book Club, which is a book club run by Vicky and Bobby. And I will leave the Goodreads group link down below if you guys want to check them out. But every other month there's a book picked, and this is the one for December and January. So this is a big one. It's a chunky one. It's over 800 pages, but again, I'm starting it in December. I'm not planning to finish it. I'm planning to maybe hopefully get halfway and be finishing it in January. So I'm going to take my time with it. There's sections, I haven't marked it off yet, but there are sections to read every week. So that's kind of how I'm going to go into it. I also have a couple buddy reads planned. The first one is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This is a big old chunky fantasy as well, but oh my gosh, I want to read this so badly. And I'm reading this with my friend Jamie. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to read this book and to get into it. So I've wanted some more Erin Morgenstern in my life, and it's finally here, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet. It came out last year. I pre-ordered it and I haven't read it. So, but it's happening now. And another chunky fantasy. Why not? You guys. Okay. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. And Lindsay and I would really like to knock it out in December because Tower of Dawn, the last book, wasn't my favorite, but I feel like the direction that ended in and the way that Empire of Storms, the book before that, ended, this is what I want. This is what I wanted Tower of Dawn to be, which it wasn't, which I probably shouldn't have expected that. That wasn't fair to the book, but this one is the final book. There's going to be a big war. It's going to be probably nonstop action. And that's what I really, really want and what I'm craving from this. So I have a feeling this is going to be it. So Lindsay and I would like to just finish it, and then we will both be done with the Throne of Glass series. So we are planning to pick this up It is over 900 pages, you guys. It is over 900 pages. Why not? It's fine. Okay, to balance that out, these are two books that I would really like to read, and these would probably be good to kind of slip in between the fantasies, but I have two Christmas books here. This one was sent to me from the publishers. This is A Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday. Cute contemporary. Just sounds super cute, Christmassy. And then I just hauled this, The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayless, both by Jenny's. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I think these are cute little short contemporary holiday reads. And I'm kind of craving that right now. I don't usually read seasonally all that much, but for some reason, these are just really, really calling to me. So I'm going to throw them on my nightstand. I think these would be perfect to break up the fantasy. And so hopefully I can get to both of these as well. So we're going to do the TBR thing first, because these I definitely want to try to get to as well. And then I will show you some that are just kind of like here. I would like to pick them up if I can, but looking at how big they are, I'm like, oh, we'll see. Okay, so TBR. Now I'm not going to use my normal TBR jar this month. This is something that I'm going to start using every month though, in addition to my TBR jar. I just have so much already that I'm not going to use that this month. I'll get back to that in January. But this one is a Netgalley TBR jar. Now, I really want to work on Netgalley books next year. That's one of my big goals. I'll do a whole video on my goals in December, but one of my big goals is to work on my Netgalley books because I have so many. My percentage is 42% right now, which is not very good. They want you to stay in the 80s. Nope, I'm only half there. So I really, really want to use this. And the problem is, a lot of the books that I'm still getting from publishers are Netgalley. Some publishers still aren't sending out physical ARCs right now. So, and especially with this kind of second wave of COVID happening, that's just what it is right now. So I'm still getting some publisher books, but they're coming in from Netgalley, which is fine, but I have to keep that in mind with my goal and my percentage and all that. So I really want to start choosing some Netgalley books to read every single month. I want to choose 2 out of here minimum to read. And if I can get to more than that, if I just pick up random stuff on my own, that's awesome. But I want to choose 2 out of here. So in here, I have written down every single Netgalley book that I have on my Kindle. And so we're going to pick out 2, and those will be the 2 that I am putting on my TBR officially for the month of December. Okay, so I am planning to pick out 2 a month every month this year for 2021. But I'm starting now because I want to. So, all right, let's pick first one. Okay, this first one is... Oh, Genius by Leopoldo Gaunt. This came out in May of 2016. I also wrote the month and the year that it was published. That's old. And that's a reason I wanted to do this project, because I have some on here that are from 2016, you guys. Like, oh no, that's 4 years ago now. Almost 5. Getting up to 5. Okay, so Genius, I believe this is a sci-fi. I think it's like a sci-fi adventure or a sci-fi mystery or something like that. I heard about it on Jesse's channel, Jesse the Reader. He read it and enjoyed it. And then I saw it on Netgalley and I was like, oh. Almost 5 years later, haven't read it yet. Okay, so that'll be number 1. And then number 2. And then, like I said, if I get to more, like, I'll do that if I can. So, but I want like to pick 2 from a TBR jar just to give myself some focus and then do whatever. Okay, so this is number 2. Ooh, okay, number 2 is Don't Close Your Eyes by Holly Seddon. And this was published in July of 2017. Okay, so I have read a book by Holly Seddon before, and I think I got it from Netgalley as well, and I really liked it. I don't remember the name of it, but I know that I really liked it. It was a surprise that I really liked it. She's kind of a little bit of a psychological, I wouldn't say thriller, I'd say more mystery, but it's very psychological. And yeah, so, okay, cool. All right, done. Okay, so like I said, from here on out, every month, I'm going to pick 2 out of here to read on my Kindle. So I'm excited about this. Okay, so let's talk about the rest of the books that are sitting here that I'm just going to kind of keep handy. And if I can get to them, I will. So I went to the library. Layla wanted to go to the library. So I went to the library with her. And of course, I left with a couple books because why not? So the first one I grabbed was Catherine House. This is by Elizabeth Thomas. I have heard not so great things about this since I have put it on my wish list. But upon hearing about it, the premise sounds really good, but then I heard it's nothing like the premise. So I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but at least I could like give it a try and see what I think. It's not super long either. So I can just give it a try and see what I think. And if I don't like it, I could put it down and take it back. So no big deal, but I do have that one. And I also grabbed this one that I really, really want to read, and that is Legendborn. This is by Tracy Dion. I did recently add this to my wish list as well, but it was there, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And again, huge, chunky young adult fantasy. Why not? More fantasy. But I believe this is about a girl who, I don't know if she goes to boarding school or if she goes to college, but she's 16, so it's got to be like a boarding school or something. Yeah, bright high schoolers. Okay. So she goes to this school for kind of maybe gifted children or high schoolers in North Carolina. And then I think on her first night there, she discovers some magic happening. And then she discovers that, oh, she has some too. So that's all I really know about it. I've heard amazing things. People are reading it and really, really loving it. So it was just sitting there. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Okay, some other possibilities I have here are 3 books that would either finish a series for me or catch me up on a series. And since I want to try to do that here with some of my series for 2020 thing that's happening, it'd be nice to maybe like finish some of these or, you know, catch up on some of them. So the first one is Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. This is my most anticipated book of the year. It's still sitting here. Haven't read it yet. This would catch me up because it's book number 3 in the Morgan Crow Nevermore series, which I love. Middle grade, it would go quick. So that one's sitting here. And then I do also have Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, which is book number 3 in the Illuminae files. This would finish off the trilogy. This would be a really fast read. I know it's huge. It's over 600 pages, but it's multimedia, and I usually listen to it on audiobook as I read it as well, and it's just such a good time. I loved the first 2 books, and I am hoping I will love the 3rd one as well. And last but not least, I'm pretty positive I'm going to be getting to this one, and that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Again, huge, but it will go fast because I do listen to these on audio now, and I do plan to pick this up and finish off the Harry Potter series, my reread of the Harry Potter series. Obviously, I've already read it, but I do want to like finish my reread, and this is the only one I have left now. So I would really like to be able to finish this one out in December as well. Big books. Speaking of audiobooks, I also have the first book in the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. I think it's called The Duke and I. I have that on Scribd right now, and I'm thinking about maybe trying to read that as well because the Netflix series starts on Christmas Day, I believe, and I'm hearing so much about that series and just how fun they are, and it's a historical romance, and yeah, so I downloaded the first audiobook, and we'll see if I can get to that as well. I think that one will be like a quicker read, so maybe I can definitely squeeze that in. It could be another thing that would break up the fantasy. I have 7 fantasies on my TBR. That's crazy. And that's like with everything, even the ones that are just like possibilities, but they're still sitting here. That's a lot. Oh my goodness, Sarah. I did say I want to read more fantasy. Okay, that is my incredibly ambitious TBR for the month of December. I guess we'll just see how it goes. I don't know. I'm just not anticipating us being very busy this year because of restrictions and, you know, trying to stay safe and stay home as much as possible. We will try to go out and do some things here and there if we can. We do want to enjoy this holiday, especially since we're only here for a year, so we want to be able to experience it. But already a lot of things have been canceled. Some things that are usually really popular have been canceled already. So I guess we'll do what we can. What's available, what's safe, all that good stuff. So we'll see, but I do anticipate having a lot of time to read, which is why I have such a big TBR. So we're going to see what I can get to. If you want to follow along with what I actually end up picking up, follow me on Goodreads. I have my Goodreads page linked down below always. Add me as a friend. If anyone adds me or sends me a friend request, I automatically just add. So you can follow me there and you can see all my updates. I think it's going to be interesting. And yeah, we're going to just see how all this goes. Wish me luck. Okay, what are your plans for December? Do you plan to read a lot? Staying home, all that good stuff. Let me know what your plans for December are. Are you trying to finish up any projects? Are you trying to catch up on anything? Let me know all that down below. I would love to hear all those answers. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.